Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to give you a preview of Chapter 11, which focuses on ethics and psychological research. This chapter explains the rules and guidelines researchers must follow when studying human and animal behavior, why those rules exist, and what can happen when they are ignored. By the end of this video, you should feel more prepared to understand the chapter before you read it. Article number 1, Chapter Overview. Chapter 11 mainly focuses on four big ideas: why ethical guidelines are necessary, the basic ethical principles of research, why research with human and animals is regulated, the historical cause that change research and ethics. Artifact number 2 is why ethics matters. Ethics in research exist to protect patients from physical, psychological, and emotional harm. Researchers often study sensitive topics like mental health, trauma, and/or behavior. So ethics and ethical rules help make sure that the patients are treated fairly and respectfully. Ethics also protect the researchers and institution by making the research credible, trustworthy, and legally sound. Artifact number 3 is titled Historical Ethic Violations. One major reason why ethics are so important is because of past ethical violations. A famous example is a Tuskegee syphilis study, where researchers observed black men with syphilis for decades without telling them that they had the disease or providing them treatment. Another example is Mildred's obedience study, where participants experienced extreme stress because they believed that they were harming others. These studies help lead to stricter ethical standards in psychology. Artifact 4, Core Ethical Principles. Chapter 11 emphasizes several key ethical principles. The first is informed consent, which means participants must know what the study involves and voluntarily agree to participate. Second is protection from harm, meaning researchers must minimize physical and psychological risk. Third is confidentiality, which ensures participants' identities and data are protected. Finally, there are debriefings, where researchers explain the study afterwards, especially if it especially if deception was used. Finally, there is debriefing, where researchers explain the study afterwards, especially if deception was used. Artifact 5, Deception Research. Sometimes deception is used in research, but it must be justified. Researchers are only allowed to use deception if it is necessary for the study and does not cause significant harm. Afterwards, participants must fully be debriefed so they understand the true purpose of the study and can ask questions or withdraw their data if they choose. Artifact 6, Institutional Review Boards. All research involving human participants must be approved by the Institutional Review Board, or IRB. An IRB reviews research proposals to make sure that they meet ethical standards, protect participants, and minimizes risk. This ensures that the ethical decisions are not left to the researcher alone. Artifact 7, Ethics in Animal Research. Chapter 11 also discusses animal research ethics. Animal studies must follow strict guidelines to ensure humane treatment, minimize pain, and justify the scientific value of the research. Researchers must show that there are no alternative methods are available and that the benefits outweigh the risk. Artifact 8, Why this chapter matters. This chapter is important because ethics apply to all types of psychological research, including surveys, experiments, observations, and archival studies. Understanding ethical principles help you evaluate whether research is responsible, respectful, and scientifically valid. You've made it to the conclusion. In summary, Chapter 11 explains why ethical guidelines exist, how researchers are held accountable, and how ethics shape every stage of psychological research. Analyzing this chapter with these ideas in mind will help you better understand the rules that protect participants and guides scientific behavior. Thank you for watching, and I hope this makes you feel more prepared for reading Chapter 11.